Hello friends, my name is Mayank Vadhera and I am a chartered accountant by qualification. Uh, this is my first video and basically I am a GST consultant and through this video I want to take you through the GST compliance requirements for e-commerce operators. So without wasting any time and coming straight to the point, this is something that will hit very hard to the e-commerce operator, that their compliance requirements are going to be manifold under the GST. So starting with the definition of e-commerce, I think everybody is aware that what is e-commerce. So e-commerce means doing business electronically. So selling of goods or supplying of services through the portal or electronic portal is known as e-commerce. Anybody who is doing their business electronically or who is helping others to do business electronically, these are known as electronic commerce operators, like Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal. So these are the entities who are the e-commerce operators. So these two things are covered under definition. The e-commerce definition is given under section 2 subsection 41 and the e-commerce operator definition is given under section 2 subsection 42 of the model GST law. Now friends, we have a requirement under GST that e-commerce operator have to deduct a TCS, but this TCS is to be deducted for supply of specified goods and or services. We have a section section 8 subsection 4, and the requirement of that section is that for specified services, the electronic commerce operators who are providing specified services like Ola, Uber or Oyo rooms, so these are the aggregators. If I go by the service text, the term given to them is aggregator. This term is not there in GST. The point to be noted is that GST includes electronic commerce operators. The aggregators are included under the definition of electronic commerce operators. So this is the requirement of section 8 subsection 4. Now coming to section 9 subsection 1 proviso, which says that any person who is doing transaction electronically or any e-commerce operator, they won't be having a facility to take registration as a composite dealer. So composition facility is not available in case any entity is an e-commerce operator. And one more important point here to be noted is that any vendor or any supplier who is supplying their goods and or services through the e-commerce portal, they are required to take registration without considering any threshold limits for them. They need to take registration under GST. So whether they are supplying product of even 100 rupee per annum through the electronic commerce operator, they need to take registration. There is no relaxation for them from registration perspective. Electronic commerce operators have a requirement as per section 56 of model GST law that they need to deduct TCS, tax collected at source, from the payment that they are making to the vendors who are supplying their goods and or services through the e-commerce operators. So WS Retail selling through Flipkart, if WS Retail, first thing is that I have already discussed that WS Retail, if they are selling anything through Flipkart portal, they need to take registration as a normal taxpayer, and they have a compliance requirement of filing GSTR 1, 2 and 3 on monthly basis and annual return on 31st December of the next financial year. So this is the first thing that WS Retail need to comply if they are selling anything through the electronic commerce portal. Now coming to the electronic commerce portal, so their requirement is that they need to deduct a TCS, and that is to be deducted at a specified percent, 1% or 2%. And this TCS, once it is deducted, it has to be paid to the government of India by the electronic commerce operator. So the onus of paying tax is on electronic commerce operator. Secondly, they need to file a return called GSTR 8, and the due date for that return is 10th of the succeeding month. Now once the electronic commerce operator files this return with the merchant ID of WS Retail, this will be considered as a basis for matching the supplies that WS Retail, when WS Retail will file his GSTR1, because I've already told that GSTR1 is to be filed by WS Retail. WS Retail, when they are filing their GSTR1, so there is a table in GSTR1, I think table 13 is there, which says that anything that WS Retail has supplied through e-commerce operator, they need to report it in that table. Now, the point here to be considered by all of you is that the supply that WS Retail has made through any of the e-commerce portals or operators, that is to be there in the GSTR1 of WS Retail. Now, all the e-commerce operators are obliged or are under an obligation to file their return called GSTR 8, that is TCS return. Now, once this TCS return is filed by them by 10th of the succeeding month, and GSTR1 is filed by the vendors, those who have sold to e-commerce operators, the supply is reported by e-commerce operators that what has been sold by WS Retail through my portal, and supply reported by WS Retail that what I have supplied through particular e-commerce portal. These will be aggregated. All GSTR 8 of, suppose WS Retail is selling through Flipkart, Snapdeal, Amazon. So all three GSTR 8 data will be combined, aggregated, and it will be matched with whatever has been reported by WS Retail in their table 13, where they will mention all supplies that they have made through any of the e-commerce portals. If there is any discrepancy, suppose WS Retail has underreported. Suppose they are saying that they have sold only 2 crore rupees products through the e-commerce operators. So, and based on the GSTR rate of e-commerce operators, it is coming up that WS Retail has sold 2 crore 50 lakh products through the portals. Now, on these 50 lakh rupees, WS Retail will have a liability as per the mismatch report they have from the e-commerce operator. So these things, all these things are mentioned under section 56, which talks about all these things, whatever I have discussed with you. So coming straight to the point, guys, as I already told that this is my first video, and I want feedback from all of you, and so I will request you that you just share your comments under this page, and it would be great that if you send me your requirements, what kind of things you want me to include in my videos, so that I can improvise on that thing. So I want to thank all of you, and hope we will definitely try to cover more important and interesting things in our coming videos. So thank you all of you. Goodbye. Thanks.